Hi everyone, this is Rosa Kelly and welcome to the last part of this tutorial. So today we're going to be working on our cover, and here's my album. So as you can see, it's blank on the outside. So we're going to work on our cover and then just the tags and booklets that we are going to add on our pockets, as well as some little embellishments here and there. So for the outside of my cover, I wanted to stay with the brown tones, like this one, just because my doggy, it's you know, that's kind of the color of his fur. He's like this. He's a little bit lighter than this. He's more like tan, but he looks like this cute little puppy. However, he's a boy and this one has a bow, so I'm gonna go for this one. Close enough. And I love this cute little guy. So I'm gonna fussy cut this one out and I'm gonna use him as the center of my cover. And then also I want to show you that I found this at Michael's. I went there like 2 days ago and I thought it was so cute to put on the cover. I got so lucky because it was the only one that I saw. But if you don't need this piece, you don't have to have that. There is a lot of beautiful sayings here that you can fussy cut out and put as the title of your book, like Life is Better With You in It, or My Best Friend. I love this cute little puppy too, but my dog looks more like that one. And then, so I chose these paw prints. Let me see the back. I chose these paw prints for my front cover. So let's go ahead and get started. And I have this piece as it's not quite half, it's a little bit more than half, so I'm gonna be using that one. So for your covers, you're gonna need to cut your pieces at 7.5. So first let me take this white part out, and I'm gonna cut these at 7.5, and it's gonna be by 6 3/4. So I believe this is already 6 3/4. Yes. So then you're gonna need, of course, 2. So I'm gonna use this one for the front, and I want to see which one I want to cut. I'm gonna cut it this way. So 7.5. That way I can use this still. So did I do 7.5? Sorry, this was supposed to be 6 3/4. 6 3/4, because I want the paw prints to be standing up, by 7.5. Okay, so I have my 2 pieces, and I'm gonna keep my cover very simple. I'm not gonna use a lot of different embellishments, just because I want to show you how you can embellish your album without spending, you know, a lot of money on buying this and that. If you buy your paper collection, this is probably enough to make a beautiful album. But of course I'm gonna use this cute little puppy love just because I like it. And then I actually had this one on my stash that I picked up at Tuesday morning a long time ago. And I picked them up because they kind of look, my dog's a Shih Tzu Yorkie mix, so it kind of looks like him a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue this piece right here, and I'm actually going to round the corners just to make it a little bit more finished. So I'm gonna round, and I'm going to glue this piece. For my front, and then I am going to do the same for the back. Alright, and then I hope you were able, or you are able to follow this along. Like I said, you don't have to use the paper collection that I'm using. You can use anything, But if you ever make one of my projects, I would love for you to send me some pictures, or if you do videos, please let me know. I would love to see. Okay, so I have the back and the front. So now I'm gonna fuzzy cut out this little puppy right here. So I am just about finished here to cut my puppy out. And like you see, I'm leaving a big border here because he has all this fuzzy hair, and I want to make sure I don't cut it all. So to make my puppy stand out, I'm gonna back him on some brown cardstock. So I'm gonna glue this here, and I'm gonna fussy cut him out again. So I am done fussy cutting around the brown cardstock, and what I did is I put my chipboard leftover pieces on the back to give this some dimension. Now of course you can use foam tape, but I ran out of my foam tape, so this is just another option if you don't want to spend you know, more money. So I'm gonna put this here to keep this flat because I don't want this moving. So I really want to use this little belt here and kind of layer my puppy on top of the belt. So I'm gonna cut this page here just at this point, and then I'll probably cut it from here because I want this to be center, and then maybe I'll cut a little bit here. So let me do that. I'm just gonna do this right here on this side. So first I'm gonna cut on this mark right after this leather T here, and then I'm just gonna cut on my pencil mark here. So that will go there, and my puppy will go here, and I want to make sure I have enough room to put puppy on the top there. So I'm gonna cut these right at this mark. Oh, exactly where I put my mark before. So just gonna cut this piece. So now I have this, and then I'm gonna back this up on some brown cardstock, just like that. Now I'm also gonna corner, I think it looks cute with the corner edge. So I'm gonna glue these. Here's my glue. So first I'm gonna glue it, and then I'm gonna cut it, and then I'm gonna do the corners on the brown cardstock. So like right there. And actually, let me move this to the side. So I'm just gonna leave a little border like so. And I'm gonna cut this one more time. So then I have this piece, and then I'm going to punch the corner one more time, and I'm gonna place this on the center here. And before I glue everything, I like to lay out how I want this to look. Now if you obviously probably don't have these, you can always fussy cut out any of the other. Even if you have something like this, you can probably use this whole piece and just trim this side a little bit, so you have one whole page with a title on it, and then maybe put a picture of your puppy. You know, there's a lot of different options, and this is just what I'm doing. And of course, if you have a girl puppy, female puppy I should say, you could use some of these super cute female, what's that little doggy, like this. Isn't she adorable? I love that one. But I have a male puppy, so I'm gonna cut this because this is on a plastic. I'm gonna cut to kind of help me see how I'm going to layer this. So I want to put puppy and I want to put love. So I'm just playing around with this. Maybe I do love down here and puppy up there, something like that. So now I'm just gonna glue my different pieces. So I glued everything in, and I added these little stickers all around, and then I glossy accented. I just got this. It's actually my first time using this. It's called Glossy Accents, and I got this at Michael's, and I just add some drops on the eyes and nose and the center of the flowers and on the belt. So I'm just gonna let that dry, but I want to show you. It's still wet, but I think it makes those eyes and nose really pop up, so it's kind of cute. So while I wait for this to dry, I'm going to start working on the tags for the inside pages. So I went ahead and cut out from the paper these little images that are all over. Oh, this one's actually cute on the back too. But anyway, so I have these ones, and these measure, let me measure this for you. This measures 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make these into cards. So I'm just gonna use some cardstock, regular weight, and I'm gonna glue it on this side, okay? And I'm gonna do one, but you can do as many as you like. So I'm gonna glue these. And I'm gonna glue it on the right side of my paper. You don't want to put it here. You want to put it here, and I'll show you why. So I'm gonna leave a little white border here. So I'm not gonna put that right against the corner. I'm gonna give it an 1/8 of an inch, and then I'm gonna trim the top, and again I'm gonna keep 1/8 of an inch separation. I'm just eyeballing this on the top right there, and then I'm going to grab my scoreboard and I'm gonna place this right along here, and I'm gonna score, leaving again, I'm just gonna eyeball it. I'm gonna leave 1/8 of an inch from this edge to here. So I'm gonna score right on this line, just like that, and then I'm gonna fold. I'm gonna fold that like so, and then all I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna make a little tiny pencil mark at the end of this side and just trim it right at my pencil mark. Like that. So now you have kind of like a card, but then you can put pictures. Now if you want, you can also cover it with these, but to me, I'm just gonna leave it blank to put pictures, so I don't have to cover that. Now you can do exactly the same with these ones, like this, and then this one will just open to the top. It will flip a different way. So now we can do that, and you can use the same technique to utilize, let me see here. Use your scraps first, like this little piece here. I will probably cut it off and do the same thing. And now the fun thing about this paper collection, and I think that goes for any of the heartfelt paper collections, they always come with tags on the sides, and they come with actually a full sheet of tags like this, for example, and you know, you can just have fun fussy cutting these out. So I'm actually gonna, I want to make sure there's no cute puppies on the back. So I'm gonna fussy cut these little tag just like so. Okay, you can actually fuzzy cut out everything on here. Like there's little journaling tags, these little tickets, and you can just have fun doing that. These look like little stamps, and I'll probably do that off camera maybe. I'm not sure if I wanna. I think that the album looks pretty cute already. So I'm gonna back this up on another piece of scraps, and I'm sorry, my desk here is so messy. Let me move this out so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so then I'm gonna just glue this little tag that I just fuzzy cut out, and I'm gonna back it on a piece of scraps. I'm using brown, you can use white, anything you have on hand. And then I'm gonna clear my glue. Here, where's my towel? Oh, anyway, I'm gonna clean my glue. And then I'm gonna fussy cut these out again. Just like this. To make this tag. And one more, and then I'm gonna make a hole where this mark is. So I'm gonna grab my little crocodile here, and I'm gonna use the bigger hole because I'm gonna put some lace over and just tie it around. So that's how you will make your little tags. So I'm gonna fussy cut out a couple of those as well. And I do suggest before you start cutting out your new, sheets of papers, let me show you what I have left. I have quite a lot of 12 by 12 pieces here. Well, this one I cut out these little puppies, so I can probably fussy cut these little ones out and add them into my album as embellishments, or I can cut these tags out and use them as journaling cards or photo mats. So I will be using this one. But these ones that you haven't really cut into, you can, look, as you can see, I have plenty to probably make a smaller little album, like a 6 by 6, or some layouts, or some cards. So I'm not gonna use these. I'm gonna use the other pieces that I have left. For example, I also have this left over, but I think I'm gonna use this for my spine on my album, so I'm gonna put this one aside. And then let me show you all the scraps that I have. So I have these, so these ones can all be made into cards like this. You can use these as photo mats, or you can actually use them for cards and give them to your friends. And then you have these little notes here that says my best friend. So if you're gonna make this into a card, or even for our own layouts, we can cut these out and just add them here and just have fun, just play with it. And then I'm gonna use these ones that I already have cut into pieces and make photo mats out of them. And all I'm gonna do is just cut the image out again, and then I'm going to back these on some cardstock and then cut it again, just like we did to make our little cards there. But I'm just gonna make a simple one like so as a photo mat. So then I'm just gonna give it a little border and cut it out. So just like that, now we have another photo mat to use, or journaling spot. You know, you can journal in here as well. And I'm gonna do the same for all of these. So like I say, try to use all your scraps first. So I'm gonna continue working on these, but I'm going to end this tutorial. Oh, actually there's one more thing I want to say, which is using your long pieces of scraps like this. For example, you can cut these out and use it to embellish. I don't want to move this too much because this is still wet, but you can cut those little strips and embellish the center gusset here. Now remember, this measures 1/2 inch on the width, so you might want to cut these just a little bit smaller than 1/2 inch, and then on the length, let me just measure this really quick. You want to cut that at 7 1/4. So 7 1/4 by just an 1/8 less than half, and you can cover all of your gussets just using your little paper scraps. So that's what I'm gonna be doing, and then I'm gonna make a separate video showing you my final result. And I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial, and I was able to, you know, inspire you, and hopefully you'll make one on your own. And I would love to see, like I said, please share your pictures with me. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.